up guys, and welcome to the Nurse Nook. If you guys are new here, my name is Alexis Nicole. I make videos all about nursing, lifestyle, and wellness. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so sorry it's been a while since I made a video, but I got my camera stolen from Disneyland. So this is my new camera, my first video back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited about today's video because this is one of the topics that I struggle with the most. So I have so many good tools to share with you guys. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about procrastination. What is it? Why do we do it? And how I have learned to overcome it. I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite tips that I implement in my daily life to really kick procrastination to the curb, get what I need to do done, and live a more satisfied, fulfilled life. Okay, so firstly, what is procrastination? Procrastination is delaying or avoiding something, knowing that you will have negative consequences by not doing whatever task. Let me start off by saying I know a lot of these tips now because it has been such an issue in my own personal life. I've done a ton of reading, I've done a ton of research, so you guys don't have to, and I've compiled some of the best tips that have really helped make a difference in my life. So one of the biggest reasons why we procrastinate is because a task may seem overwhelming or daunting. A lot of us may be perfectionists, and we know the amount of energy and focus that goes into whatever the task is going to be so overwhelming, may require so much time that we completely shut down and avoid it. Our brain tries to protect us by avoiding these tasks because we know that potentially this task can create stress in our life. And in order to avoid stress and feeling bad, our brain just tells us, you know what? Let's go do something else that's not stressful. So you can catch yourselves a lot of times. For example, I'm currently a grad student, and procrastination has played a pretty big part in my life, especially when it comes to studying, getting assignments done. So I know I may have an important test coming up, and I know this grade is gonna be so important to my overall class grade. So I know this task is super, super important. I know I'm gonna have to study my butt off for this exam, yet I can't bring myself to study. Why? Because I know there's gonna be a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of focus that is gonna go into that. And my brain doesn't always wanna work hard. Sometimes I just wanna rest and relax. So instead of getting started on the task that I know I have to complete, that I know that is so, so important, instead of potentially getting stressed out, my brain automatically sometimes is like, well, let's just scroll on Instagram mindlessly because this requires zero effort, zero real attention. I can just scroll and then forget and not have to deal with my problems. But in turn, what happens is you end up creating even more problems and even more stress because now you have a decreased amount of time to get your tasks done. And instead of having a week or 2 to study, you now have 2 days. And so it automatically just increases your stress. And so it's this never ending cycle. So how do we overcome procrastination, and how do we get what we really want done to really change our lives? So what are some ways we can overcome this procrastination? I'm gonna read a quote from one of my favorite books by James Clear. The quote reads, "Making a choice that is 1% better seems insignificant in the moment, but over the span of moments that make up a lifetime, these choices determine the difference between who you are and who you could be. Success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformations." And so that's what I'm gonna focus on, 1% better. A lot of times with procrastination, we look at these big projects, we look at where we wanna be, and it seems very, very overwhelming to get from A to B, but that's not how you get there. You get there by getting 1% closer every day. I know you've probably heard of that everywhere because that's actually true. It's a lot easier to look at your goals, attack your goals, move towards your goals when you're focused on moving the needle 1% versus trying to get there 100% in one day. It's just not realistic. So how do I do that? Number 1, plan your days. This is probably the biggest game changer for me and what has really changed my daily productivity and my overall productivity. I move with intentions during my day versus waking up and not having any idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm setting an intention, I'm setting a goal by writing it down. Studies show that you are way more likely to accomplish a goal if you write it down. Writing down a goal is like a commitment to yourself. It's a small commitment. It's something you can reference and look and say, okay, this is what my plan was. I want to complete this by this time, whether it's a daily goal or a monthly goal, yearly goal, whatever it is, writing down your goal is making a small commitment to yourself. I personally use a daily planner, and I'm going to show you guys the Start Now planner. Oh, can you see that? So I actually designed this planner head to toe, front to back. This planner has truly been such a game changer for me. I titled it the Start Now Planner Because I have such issues with procrastination, this was my way of putting a lot of the tools I have learned over the years from reading all of my books into one book to encourage me to start now and not procrastinate on my goals. I'm actually having a 50% off end of year sale for the planner. So while supplies last, please go get one. They will not be restocked. Like I said, the tools in here have truly helped transform my procrastination, my daily motivation, and my daily intention setting. I'll just show you a quick example of what a day in the planner looks like and how it's helped me. So the way I structure the days, at the top is a section for your priority. This is really important when it comes to avoiding procrastination and getting stuff done. I always put whatever is the most daunting task, whatever I don't want to do, I know I have to get done, and it's most important for that day. I put that as my priority for the day, because 9 times out of 10, once I get my priority out of the way, everything else kind of snowballs. So once I get the biggest task done out of the way, I can focus on everything else on my list. So I fill out whatever I need for the day to get done. And at the very bottom, I have a section called One Good Thing. And this is just a place to express gratitude. Like on this day, I wrote dinner at Olive Garden with my honey, because that was one good thing that I chose to highlight for that day. And it's great because at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you can go back and really look at all the small moments that make up your life. Honestly, I'm not just saying it because I designed this, but this planner has truly made such a difference in my life, and I highly recommend it if you are trying to look for something to help you stop procrastinating and get your goals in check, and just something that's aesthetically pleasing and it's gonna look good in your office. Okay, the next tip I'm gonna give to you guys, which kind of piggybacks off the last tip, is to break things into small tasks. Like I said earlier, when you look at a huge project or a mountain of an idea you have, or a task you have to complete, it can be extremely overwhelming. And when things are overwhelming is when we push back and we escape by doing mindless things that don't require as much attention or stress, what have you. So the way to attack this is to break things down into small tasks. I'm gonna use cleaning your home as an example. If you walk into your home, it's completely filthy, disgusting, dirty, and you know you have to clean this house, it can be very overwhelming. And because you know you have so much work to do, you almost don't want to start on it. So you, again, escape by doing something mindless because you know it's gonna be stressful to complete this task. The way you can change your perception on that is to break the project into small tasks. So instead of focusing on cleaning the entire home, you can first focus on, let's vacuum the floors. So you're not thinking about cleaning the whole home, you're thinking about vacuuming the floors. That's all I have to do. All you have to do is focus on your next right move. Once you vacuum the floors, what's your next goal? Okay, my next goal is to now mop the floors. You mop the floors. Okay, from there, what's your next goal? See how breaking down a large project into smaller, more manageable tasks can be more enticing to complete? This goes back to the law of physics. Once you get something in motion, it's much easier to stay in motion. So once you start knocking out your tasks, it's so much easier to keep going because now you have built momentum. Now you want to get through this. Now you want to knock even more off your to-do list. So again, instead of looking at the big mountain, look right in front of you. What is your next right move? And then from there, make the next right move. And that's just how I personally have been getting through life. It has helped me a ton to not look at the enormity of a task and instead just use my vision to look at what is right in front of me. The next task I have, which also has made such a huge difference, is doing the most daunting task first. Look at your to-do list for the day. What is the task that you are absolutely dreading, you don't want to do? This is something that's either going to take a bunch of time, a bunch of brain power. You have to talk to someone you don't want to talk to. You have to send an email that you're nervous about. Whatever it is, what is the task that is the most daunting? And do that first. Because what happens if you don't do that first? Throughout your day, you're gonna be thinking about this task and it's gonna be a downer on your entire day because the whole day you're thinking about, oh my God, later on I have to call Susie. Like, oh my God, I don't wanna call her. I don't wanna make this call. I'm so nervous. Whatever it is, get it done first. Once you get that out of the way, now your day is smooth sailing and now you can have that weight off your shoulders versus going through your day dreading something. You can now go through your day a little bit lighter. And like I said in the previous tip, things snowball. So once you get that daunting task out of the way and done with, you now are more motivated to complete the smaller, quicker tasks. And these are just ways to trick your mind into motivating you to do more and get more done. Because at the end of the day, our brain's job is really just to protect us, but sometimes it protects us a little too much and we end up not getting done the things that we really want to do, or pushing off things that may stress us out because we don't want to experience these negative emotions. But those are just a few of the tips that have really helped me with procrastination. I have a ton more that I can share with you guys. If you guys would like a part 2, let me know in the comments down below. Share whatever tips you have to help you stop procrastinating. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.